Washington Grown is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Agriculture's Specialty Crop Block Grant Program and Northwest Farm Credit Services, supporting agriculture and rural communities with reliable, consistent credit and financial services today and tomorrow.
Hi everyone, I'm Christy Gordson and welcome to Washington Grown. We walk on it every day, but soil actually plays a huge part in what we eat. Healthy soil means healthy produce. So in this episode, we're going underground. We'll make a colorful beet salad with James Beard award-winning chef Eduardo Jordan.
Do you ever look at a dish like this and think it's too pretty to eat?
No way.
Then we'll learn about the importance of soil and what Washington farmers are doing for our state's soil health.
It's not just dirt.
It's not just dirt.
And we'll visit the Second Harvest Kitchen in Spokane, where they're offering community cooking classes for their clients.
Not only feed hungry people today, but help them live healthier lives and be more self-sufficient tomorrow.
All this and much more today on Washington Grown. We grow them big in Washington. You're like, I can put her to work.
Right now. Oh, yeah. Are you getting tired already?
No,
Am I doing this right? It's like Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory.
This is one of the hardest things I've ever done on this show. Cheers. Thanks for having us. Tucked away in the Seattle neighborhood Ravenna, you will find Salare. This residential favorite has become a hotspot with national attention. Owner, chef, and James Beard Award winner Eduardo Jordan is proud to be able to bring gourmet cuisine to his neighbors.
I opened this restaurant for the neighborhood, and we've done very well that, people actually drive out to come see us now.
It's like half a mile from my home.
I like being able to see the kitchen right there and watch them cook.
Foodies flock to Salare because of its impeccable and diverse menu, which changes with the seasons.
This restaurant really represents my culinary journey from where I'm brought up from in St. Petersburg, Florida, to my French training, to my love for Italian cuisine. My menu is kind of dictated by what is in season, what my farmers tell me they have.
A lot of very fresh ingredients. I mean, it really highlights, what Seattle and the Pacific Northwest is all about.
What does Salare mean?
Salare means to cure.
Okay.
Or to salt. That name came about when I was in Italy, staying with a family, learning salumi and culatello, and the butcher kept saying, Salare, Salare, Salare.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
He's like, more salt, season it, put more salt on the meat. And it just I fell in love with it from there.
It's a cool
just the way he
word.
was saying it too,
Yeah.
like Salare.
Later in the show, Eduardo will be teaching me how to make a spectacular Washington citrus beet salad.
That'll be enough. Are you getting tired already?
No, Just 5 minutes away from downtown Spokane is a slice of paradise called Urban Eden Farm. I'm talking with Terwin Waters, the manager of the farm.
So Jim Schrock owns this farm. It's been farmed, as far as I know, for the last 100 or so years.
Wow.
This 20 acres was a conventional carrot farm, and Jim has changed it into an organic, diversified farm, which means that we grow many kinds of crops.
And to show us those crops is their grower, Pat.
Here's a beautiful Urban Eden farm beet.
Oh, look at that.
Yep. We grow the beets, carrots, a couple different types of radishes. We grow turnips, we grow potatoes, and we grow Jerusalem artichokes. So I didn't even know there were that many root vegetables until I started growing them.
I see carrots that are ready to go.
Yeah, we get a few frosts down here, and the sugars flow down into the root, and they just taste so good. Check them out. These are daikon radish. They're an Asian radish. They're a really beautiful root vegetable.
Yeah. Urban Eden Farm has a CSA box program and sells at Spokane farmers markets and many local restaurants.
Allie's Vegan Pizzeria and Boots Bakery downtown and Table 13.
And they buy from you because they want
Local
and organic.
Yes, and they know our farming practices.
But no farm is without its challenges.
Labor, weather, bugs, and long hours. I get tired. I tired.
It takes a village. And the local farm down here, we provide jobs for local people. And some lower income makers can come down, and if they can't afford super gorgeous, high-priced organic veg, they can work with us and we send them home with a big box for free.
Oh, that's so nice. Look at how beautiful
These are some of our beautiful
are.
red carrots.
Those are amazing. Next, Pat is showing me where they wash everything that comes in from the field.
Watch these babies clean up.
Yeah, look at that color.
They're beautiful.
They are.
Then we load them up in coolers, and then they're off to restaurants and farmers markets in Spokane. So we dunk all of our greens, and then we take them over this way to our homemade lettuce spinner.
A nice Maytag.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah. And we've got some of our beautiful beet bunches going. We also grow a chioggia, which has candy stripes, and a golden beet. We grow some French breakfast radish, and we grow some Easter egg right here.
But you don't get gorgeous veggies like these without great soil.
We are very concerned about ecosystems and the health of our soil.
They even have goats to make compost. Hi, are you helping?
They eat our greens and turn it into compost.
Nice.
Landscapers and people up on the South Hill donate their leaves down here, and we add some brown matter and some green matter, turn it with the tractor, and we make compost. This is why all of our roots grow so well.
So for your next meal, try creating an urban Eden of your own by using fresh, underground veggies grown right here in Washington.
Today we're in Grant County at Geese Farms talking with Dale Geese about his unique soil practices and Harold Croce about the Washington State Soil Health Committee.
The Washington State Soil Health Committee was basically formed in around 2015 to basically create an organization that could educate and help promote soil health in the state of Washington.
So what makes a soil a good soil?
Good soil is structure, texture, depth. There's a whole ecosystem and community below the soil that's important as well. And that's what the Soil Health Committee is really about, is how do we manage both what's happening above the surface and below the surface.
It's not just dirt.
It's not just dirt. Soil's important. Soil's important to every one of our citizens, and it's a finite resource, and we need to protect it.
And Farmer Dale Geese is protecting his soil in a unique way by using mustard crops as biofumigant green manure.
We can work this in and replace a lot of, reduce our pesticide use. Any fertilizer that's in this is recycled. So we do this with growers, innovative growers around the world. So it goes into high value crops typically.
Soil has worked very hard when it comes to growing these food crops. So Dale has been biofumigating for over 20 years to help rebuild them. But it's no simple task. There's a lot of chemistry that goes into this process.
When you go to the restaurant and you dip the egg roll into the little sauce of mustard, and about 20 seconds later your sinuses start searing.
Yeah.
Well, the moisture in your mouth just activated the same chemistry that's in these leaves. And you have to macerate these leaves, and you can see they're all water soaked looking, just like you squeezed them. That allows those to come together quickly, and they're actually, where we've worked this in, is releasing this gas just like the moisture in your mouth does to mustard at the restaurant.
Right. Next, Dale's sons will show us how to macerate and incorporate these leaves into the soil.
Mike's in the red tractor, and so he's running the flail chopper, which is what macerates this, and then Joe's running the disking tractor, and so it's going to bury this. And you need to have them close together, because if you leave this on the surface, there's enough moisture that it'll volatilize off.
It's just like mowing your lawn, really.
Kinda. It was difficult for people to realize that something green like this could be as effective in suppressing diseases and nematodes as synthetic chemistry. Conservation Commission, soil health people help document that this is a seriously good deal.
So it's because of the Soil Health Committee and farmers like Dale that Washington soil will continue to be healthy and fertile for generations to come.
I bet you guys have heard the phrase, turn beet red, and I can tell you how they get their vibrant color right after the break.
Coming up, we'll make a beet salad at Salare.
Really putting me to work here.
Oh yeah. You walked into my kitchen. Are you supposed to just eat? No way.
And we'll be in the Second Harvest kitchen trying out a viewer's beet recipe that will make your heart beat with excitement.
Beets get their color from a pigment called betalain, and back in the day, people used to use it to dye their hair.
We are back at Salare, a spot where locals and foodies alike can enjoy a diverse menu prepared by critically acclaimed chef Eduardo Jordan.
We have friends who lives in New York, and he's quite the foodie. Like 2 years ago, he knew about the chef here.
Well, I think your name kind of precedes you. Like, people are like, oh, that's Eduardo's
I'm still the same old person.
Chef Jordan loves providing his neighborhood with a casual gathering place that can also serve up refined, detail-oriented dishes.
You know, our attention to detail is just as superior, up on the same level as, you know, some of the 3-star Michelin restaurants that I worked in. Our intensity, our workload, you know, it's all heavy. So, you know, it's a pretty intense kitchen still.
Yeah.
You know, even though we're here in the neighborhood, you know, serving the neighbors.
You know, they have every ingredient locally grown. I'm originally not from the area, so for me it was a very new experience, and I can definitely tell the difference, and I appreciate it.
So what are we gonna make today?
So we're gonna highlight beets today, making beets exciting. Everyone has had probably a beet salad. We're using 2 types of beet, the cylinder beets or torpedo beets. We're using some yellow beets that we both roasted off. We normally roast them off in some citrus zest like lemon, some warming spices like cinnamon, allspice, cloves.
That right there reminds me of my childhood.
Awesome.
And what is this here?
And then we have fermented beets, just bringing a little bit of funk and acidity to the plate without like true acid. And we're gonna start with a gremolata, so I'm gonna ask you to help me out.
Okay. Eduardo has me pick some mint leaves while he chops pistachios. You need more?
That'd be
looks
enough.
okay.
Are you getting tired already?
No, While Eduardo chops my mint, I take on a new job zesting limes, lemons, and blood oranges. Really putting me to work here.
Oh yeah. You walked into my kitchen. Are you supposed to just eat? No way.
Well, we add the chopped mint leaves and some garlic to the bowl and finish the garnish off with some oil.
Okay, you want to build a salad now?
Yeah, let's do it.
You're gonna have some fun building the salad with me.
So I noticed that, you know, when you're in the kitchen here at Salare, you're tasting everything that before it heads out to the table.
Well,
and stuff.
I mean,
and if it's not quite right, you're like, no, we need to fix this and make it the way you want.
This is a very much chef-driven restaurant, so it's very important for me to double-check my crew. They double-check me.
To start off our salad, Eduardo begins to slice roasted beet into different unique shapes.
So these are the fermented beets.
Oh wow, this is gigantic.
Yeah, so we just took.
What kind of beet would this be?
This is a large, extremely large yellow beet, and we just put it on the slicer.
That is a big guy. With all our beets sliced, Eduardo creates a vinaigrette for them using juice from a blood orange, salt, and oil.
So we're just gonna start building this dish as if we're in the restaurant.
Eduardo places down some cooked blood orange zest and smoked yogurt.
We'll change it up. We'll do a little classic French quenelle. And then we'll actually have fun with it.
And then smash it. Now it's time to place our different beets. We top off our salad with onion flowers, our pistachio gremolata, and greens. Do you ever look at a dish like this and think, too pretty to eat?
No way.
No way.
No way. And if that's the case, I'll just smash it and be like, all right, we can eat it now.
Now we can eat it. It's now time to dig into our pretty enough to eat salad.
So get in there and get everything. The yogurt, the condiment. So you get that refreshing citrus note. You get that savory smoked yogurt. The beets are there. You get that earthy beet.
Beets are amazing.
Good job. You get a high five for that one?
Thank you. To get Salare's recipe for beet salad, head over to wagrown.com.
There's a whole other world of Washington vegetables grown underground. Beets, carrots, onions, radishes, and the list goes on. But don't be intimidated by these thick, rough-looking roots. Some of the best tasting and healthiest vegetables can be found underground, whether they're raw, steamed, boiled, roasted, sautéed, or grilled. Roots can be prepared every which way. Ralph, our produce manager, can tell us all about how to store these veggies.
Your root vegetables will last throughout the winter, but just keep them in the refrigerator. But if you're not sure, ask your produce person about it.
Root vegetables are great during the winter, but can also be had all year around. One of my favorites is the delicious beet. Beets are rich in nitrates and folates, which improves your blood pressure and can help in reducing risk of heart disease. Beets can also help boost endurance and improve your stamina, which is why some athletes eat beets before competing. So the next time you run a marathon, remember, these underground veggies can help you beat your time.
Coming up, we'll participate in one of Second Harvest's community cooking classes.
Meeting people who have something in common with me. They want to learn how to cook. It's just a great place to learn.
Hey, let's go. The wonderful thing about underground vegetables is they're so versatile. They can be used in so many ways. And our friends here at Halaba Falafel are proving just that. So let's check it out. So I understand you guys make a really good Russian beet spread. Is that right?
Yeah.
And how do you guys use that?
We put it on our sandwiches and our salads, so it gives it a nice earthiness.
So this is it, huh? This is the deal, huh?
Yeah.
So now tell me, are beets typically on a falafel?
No.
It's a unique thing that you guys are doing, right?
It's a whole of a thing.
Okay, it's a whole of a thing. Time to take this beet spread to the streets to see what people think. Do you like beets?
Yes, I do.
You do? What about beets?
I've never had them before.
Really? I have this wonderful Russian beet spread from our friends over there at Halaba Falafel. Okay. Why don't you take some of this and try that for me and tell me what you think. This is exciting.
All right.
Sean's first beet.
It's not too overpowering. There's a lovely kind of sauce like to complement beets as well. Yeah, it's really nice.
That's good. It doesn't taste like a vegetable.
That's good. And those are beets.
Yeah. Oh.
It's really nice. It tastes really good with the warm bread.
Before I had no clue what the beet tasted like, so this is good.
Well, there you go. Well, I'm glad we can open some new horizons for you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sean.
I'm learning how to cook with root vegetables at a cooking class run by Second Harvest Food Bank in Spokane. But before the class starts, I talked with Julie Humphreys, the Community Relations Manager, about their mission.
We distribute millions and millions of pounds of food every year. And so we started to take a look at how do we not only feed hungry people today, but help them live healthier lives and be more self-sufficient tomorrow. And the answer is really cooking classes.
I spoke with Maria Schmid, the nutritional educator for the cooking class today.
So we bring them on back here and we have a nutritional demonstration as well as a recipe demonstration. Just having that little bit more of inspiration to make their everyday lives just a little bit healthier. And you know, if you do that every day, like that's awesome.
Now I'm excited to get started as the class begins with a nutrition demonstration from Chloe.
My plate is basically the new food pyramid, and so you'll notice that a quarter of our plate should be vegetables. So something that we talk a lot about here at Second Harvest is eating the rainbow. And if we eat all those different colors, we're kind of covering all our bases in terms of those vitamins and minerals.
All right, we'll be moving into our roasted root veggies and tomato sauce. So the root vegetables we have up here today are gold potatoes. There. Red potatoes. And then onions. Okay, you're holding the knife with one hand. And then your other hand is in the shape of a claw, so that when you hold your vegetable or your fruit, be it what it may, you don't have a risk of cutting your fingers. Again, cut my onion in half with the claw, and then I have that flat surface to work on and throw it right on in. As we live in Washington, we get a ton of potatoes, ton of apples, ton of onions. The root veggies really come through.
Next, I'm putting the new knife skills I learned to the test, and I'm having tons of fun making this root veggie dish with everyone.
I cook a lot, and so I want to learn more. Learning about vegetables is great.
It's nice to get out and enjoy the commodity here and learn some ways to kind of trick my kids, per se, into eating their veggies.
There we go.
Now, after putting our veggie dish in Tupperware to cook at home, we start on our carrots.
So this one we'll do all together. Chloe will serve you a 1.5 cups of carrots, and you'll take that back to your station and mash that up with your fork. And then we'll come around with a teaspoon of butter and a teaspoon of brown sugar.
But it's not just the nutritional facts and fun recipes that make these cooking classes special.
This is where I get out and I'm meeting people who have something in common with me. They want to learn how to cook. They want to do things healthier. It's just a great place to learn.
For a while, my husband and I were homeless, and at that point, you kind of just focus more on getting things into your body. And by coming here, it's helped me retransition from the street, living on the streets, to actually living as a part of society.
A couple times we've hit some hard spots, use some food banks, and I would look at the vegetables and be like, okay, what do I do with these? So being able to come here and then actually show you how to do it and physically do it here is just amazing.
It's hard to ask for free food, but we're saying no. You've got a place right here to come, and it makes a really big difference in how someone feels about themselves. So they're learning fun things, and they get in here together, they have that camaraderie, and they really enjoy it.
Tomas and I are at the kitchen at Second Harvest in Spokane, Second Harvest Food Bank, and we're joined by Laurent Zarate. He is the chef and owner of Fleur de Sel Restaurant and Creperie. Thanks for being here, being our super expert. Yeah.
My pleasure, Christy.
And so we are taste testing recipes that viewers have sent in. And
what a job.
I know, what a job.
Happy to do it.
Yes. And so today we are talking about the vegetables that grow underground. We're doing some stuff with beets in this recipe, but those underground
turnips, potatoes. But beets, I love beets.
Are beautiful.
It's something you can eat. I mean, you can boil them. I love them roasted myself.
Yes, that's why
and
I like them.
you keep the leaves and you make a salad out of the leaves. Because they are the same family as the chard. So it's a double win. Most of the beets are used for sugar production in our states. But you go to the little local farmers market in the summer. And that's all you can see, and in the fall you have beets all over.
And they're so beautiful. You have the red, you have the golden.
The golden are even better because it doesn't mess up with your hands.
Right, your fingers don't get stained, but they're so pretty. And
they are.
Roasting is one of my favorite ways.
I love it. Brings the sugar. They're sweet. They are delicate.
I think they're good for you too. They're like packed with vitamins.
Oh, antioxidant and good for you.
So this recipe sounds really healthy and good for us too. This is from Margaret, and it's heartbeat, as in B-E-E-T. Get it? Heartbeat veggie burgers, and they have sweet potatoes and beets and quinoa.
Sounds like a vegan, a good vegan.
A very good vegan burger. So, and Margaret is a vegan, she says. Okay. So this is her thing, heartbeat veggie burgers. So we're gonna see how they're made. I feel healthier
just
by looking at it, right?
Exactly. It looks awesome.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. Looks
and
like
it
looks like a burger.
Delicious. Yeah, and you form patties just like you would if it were made out of meat. And
it's got a good spice to it too.
Yeah.
I love it. It's creamy, you know, but it has some texture to it. I love the garnish with it.
There's a heartiness to it that makes it feel like you're eating a burger.
Yeah.
It has a crispiness to it as well, you know, from the cooking
grilling,
process.
yeah.
That's really, really good. I would eat this.
A great
all the
alternative
time.
to your traditional burger, and I think it's a new 4th of July classic.
New idea, yeah. It has even it has trail mix in it, I think.
Little extra crunch
So
in
like
there.
some nuts and seeds. So pumpkin and sunflower, cranberries, peanuts, and cashews to add a little something.
Wow. Well, that's
Who knew
definitely a
that
new way,
beets and sweet potatoes?
Oh yeah, I don't eat enough vegetable, but that it's true. But I think that would make me eat way
Right?
more vegetable.
Oh yeah.
It's delicious.
He's almost done with his. My goodness.
I am done.
Margaret, thank you so much for this recipe. Very good.
So good.
To get Margaret's recipe for heartbeat veggie burgers, visit wagrown.com. So even though we can't see it, we can be sure there's a bountiful world growing right beneath our feet. That's it for this episode of Washington Grown. Thanks for watching.